Richard "Rick" Wilson was an American professional wrestler. He was best known for his tenure in World Championship Wrestling under the ring name The Renegade, where he was a one-time WCW World Television Champion. Professional wrestling career. Early career. Wilson trained to wrestle under Killer Kowalski and debuted in 1992 under the ring name Rio, Lord of the Jungle. During his early career, Wilson wrestled for the Japanese promotion War World Championship Wrestling. In 1995, Wilson was signed by World Championship Wrestling. Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage were involved in the main event feud with Ric Flair and Vader, leading up to Uncensored, in which Hogan was scheduled to face Vader in a strap match in the main event. Hogan began hyping an Ultimate Surprise, and showed a silhouette of a man with long hair and tassels tied to his arms, implying that the Ultimate Warrior was the man in question. On March 19 at Uncensored, Wilson, under the ring name The Renegade, was billed by Hogan as "the man that's gonna bring Hulkamania into the 21st century." Soon after his debut, The Renegade acquired Jimmy Hart as his manager and soon defeated several heels while utilizing mannerisms, moves and entrance music very similar to the Ultimate Warrior's. On June 18, 1995, a Renegade defeated Arn Anderson for the World Television Championship at the Great American Bash, his first and only championship. The following month at Bash at the Beach, a Renegade defeated Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff to retain his title for the first time. Under a month later on Clash of the Champions 21, Renegade again retained his title in a rematch with Orndorff. However, a few months later, the real Ultimate Warrior had appeared in several wrestling magazines and dispelled the belief that Wilson was the Ultimate Warrior. As a result, Renegade's momentum was virtually halted before he subsequently lost the World Television title to Diamond Dallas Page on September 17 at Fall Brawl. He then went on to lose to Orndorff on an episode of Main Event preceding Halloween Havoc the next month, in less than 2 minutes. On the November 6 episode of Nitro, after losing to Kevin Sullivan, Jimmy Hart turned on Renegade before ultimately burying him by splashing water in his face to remove his face paint before saying, "You're not a Renegade. You're just plain Rick." Wilson returned to television on the February 26, 1996 episode of Nitro as the Renegade, in a losing effort to Lex Luger. Upon returning, Renegade's signature face paint and singlet were replaced with trunks and tribal armbands. After wrestling sporadically at house shows, Renegade returned on the July 1 episode of Nitro, where he teamed up with Joe Gomez and The Rock, a role expressed in a losing effort to the Four Horsemen. After competing in the World War III Battle Royal, which was won by the Giant, Renegade formed a short-lived tag team with Joe Gomez in late 1996. Though the team was not successful as they were relegated to being jobbers. After their team ended in early 1997, Renegade turned heel for the first time in his career during a match with Scotty Riggs on the March 22 episode of Saturday Night, which he lost. Renegade remained a jobber while competing sporadically on Nitro, Thunder, and Saturday Night. After a 5-month hiatus, a Renegade returned on the August 12 episode of Saturday Night in a losing effort to Supercala. Renegade would remain utilized as a jobber throughout the rest of 1997 and 1998 before wrestling the final match of his career on the December 7 episode of Nitro, which he lost to Roth. He was released from WCW soon after death on February 23, 1999, severely depressed about the release from his WCW contract. Wilson died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. He was 33 years old. In wrestling, finishing moves: backbreaker 1997, 1998, DDT 1997, front power slam 1997, used as a signature move from 1995, 1996, Renegade splash running bulldog 1996. Signature moves: cartwheel, hip attack, clothesline, diving, crossbody diving, double axe handle, handspring, back elbow, hangman, headlock, knee drop, multiple suplex variations, belly to belly, dragon, vertical plunger, pump handle, backbreaker, submission, roll up, running splash, scoop, power slam, stinger splash. Manages Jimmy Hart. Championships and accomplishments. Pro Wrestling Illustrated PWI ranked him number 245 of the top 500 singles wrestlers in the PWI 500 in 1995. World Championship Wrestling, WCW World Television Championship Wrestling Observer Newsletter Awards, Worst Wrestler.